Right? I'll affect some of these on it. And we are looking at multiplying fractions by whole numbers. Multiplying by whole numbers, which would mean this. What if, here's my example, what if I have 1/3 times 3? Do they have any idea what the answer to that would be without anyone up here doing a lot of work? Zach Ross says 3/9. Wait, is everybody else jumping on that bandwagon? Now, Zach, let's go with yours, only just because I want to. If you multiply this and get 3/9, what do I get? If 3/9 is not reduced, then I need to reduce it, correct? What would I get if I reduce 3/9? Jacob Horning? 1/3. So what you would be telling me there, Zach, is taking 1/3, multiplying it by 3, I get the same thing I started with, if that makes some sense. Unfortunately, and that's a good lesson there. It is not. Erase that. Don't put that down on your paper because that would just be bad. Now, let's go back to normal multiplication. What is multiplication? Multiplication is nothing more than a shortened form of addition. Right? If I have this, if I have 4 times 3, that means I'm adding 3 4s together, right? 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12, is it not? Which 4 times 3 is 12. So using that same logic, 1/3 times 3 is the same thing as adding 1/3 together 3 times. Which 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is, Riley? 3/3. Which is 1. And that's really what the answer is, if you do it there. But, young 5th graders, we don't want to have to change into an addition problem, just like we don't want to have to multiply or add every time you're there. So, here is what you need to do. Step number 1, when you multiply by a whole number, is make the whole number a fraction. Make the whole number a fraction. How do I make any whole number a fraction? How do I make 3 a fraction? I got 3 people. Chase, how do I make the number 3 a fraction? Riley?
You would reduce it down to 2 and then do
To a who?
take down 3 to 2 so you can multiply it down and then make the whole number.
I don't know if I'm picking up what you're laying down. That sounds more complicated than what I was thinking. How do I make the number 3 a fraction? How do I make any whole number a fraction? Caleb?
Look at the bottom number of the
Oh, we get rid of that. You guys are overcomplicating this. This is a very simple process here. To make any whole number a fraction, Madison,
Just two numbers
Lauren.
put a 3 below.
Well, no, but see, if I take 3 and I put a 3 below it, it actually turns into a 1, so that doesn't work, because that would be the same thing as 1, and that's not what I started with. I started with a 3. Well, we will definitely learn something today then. Sophia? There you go. Right here, write this down. Make the whole number a fraction by putting it over 1. In other words, 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1. 6 is the same thing as 6 over 1. You can make any whole number a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. Just the way it is. Because a fraction is nothing more than division problem. 25 over 1 is the same thing as 25. 25 over 1, if you take 1 and divide it into 25, guess what you get? 25. So that's that same thing. No, I thought we would have done that before now. And then step number 2 is just this, ladies and gentlemen. Once you get to that point there, you just multiply across. And I'm going to put this little 3 down here that says to simplify, because that's the word we'll use. Simplify means to reduce, or change to mixed. We'll be just a little smarter today, I think. Emphasis on the word little. Sorry. Pastor Goss, back again.
You love me. Mr. Caleb?
Oh, yeah.
Can I steal him?
Absolutely.
What time is the
They
next?
go till 12:10, so we got half an hour. And if he's a little late, it's just lunch, so
Oh, look at that.
he doesn't mind missing lunch. Oh, anyways. Yeah, so here we go. So this one here, let me do this one. 1/3 times 3 over 1. By what I mean by multiplying across is just this. You multiply the two top numbers together to get the new top number. You multiply the two bottom numbers together to get the new bottom number. You get 3 over 3, which simplifies down to 1, which is what we got when we added all these together. Which makes sense, does it not? Here, if I have a circle that's cut into thirds, I have 1/3 and a 2/3 and a 3/3. 3 1/3 give me 1 whole kit in order. What about this one? What if it was 2/3 times, what do you want to do? Let's do 6. What's the rule? In order to multiply whole numbers by fractions, you make the whole number a fraction by doing what? See if we picked up on anything here. What do I have to do with this? Gianna? Put a 1 under it, so you're going to have 2/3 times 6 over 1. Next step says to, again, this is multiply across. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now, should we see if that works here? Let's do this. I have 6 2/3 being added together, right? So there's 1 2/3, right? I need another circle so I can add another one there. Cut it into thirds. There's another 2/3 being added to it, so that's 1 2/3, 2 2/3. Add another 2/3 to it, that's 3 2/3. Add another 2/3, that's 4 2/3. Add another 2/3, that's 5 2/3. And add the last 2/3 to it, that's 6 2/3. And 6 2/3 gives me 4 whole pizza pies. Look at that. Isn't that exciting? Who said? Oh, let's do one that doesn't work out nicely. How about this one right out of the book? It says 2/3 of 5. Don't let this confuse you. I think maybe we talked about this. In math, the word of means, Madison, multiply. So I'm just going to change that of to a times. I'm going to make the 5 a 5 over 1. What do I get if I multiply 2/3 times 5 over 1? Matthew?
10/3.
10/3, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to keep 10/3 because it's what we call an improper fraction. Can't have a bigger number over a smaller number. So to solve that problem I have to, Jacob Homerding, divide the bottom into the top. And unfortunately that doesn't go in there evenly because 3 only goes in the 10th 3 times, which is 9. What do I do with my remainder? Jacob, what'd you come up with?
3 1/3.
Right, put that over this number, so it is 3 and 1/3. 3 and 1/3. Some pretty intense math we got going on here. One more. What if I said this? What is 1/6 of 5? I'll let you do that math there. What do you get if you take 1/6 of 5? 1/6 of 5. You get an answer? 1/6 of 5. Cassie says, exactly. Make this times, put that over 1, you get 5/6. That's a proper fraction and it's reduced. You can't take any numbers, divide any numbers, little numbers on the top. Everybody's happy.